Episode 55, Potentiometers and Amp, Buffers, Adjustable Voltage Divider, Crash Course Instrumentation, Series Circuits and Amp, Voltage Dividers. Hook. Imagine a volume knob for voltage. Turn the knob and your output glides from 0 to the source value. That's a potentiometer wired as a tiny adjustable voltage divider. Big idea, said out loud. A pot is one long resistor with a sliding contact called the wiper. Where the wiper sits splits the resistor into a top piece and a bottom piece. Because it's a series path, the same current flows through both pieces, so the voltage at the wiper is just the share of resistance you dialed times the input voltage. In words, output equals input times the share you picked. Two super useful ways to wire it. Divider mode, 3 terminals. Ends go across the source. The wiper is your adjustable output, perfect for set points and demos. Rheostat mode, 2 terminals. Wiper tied to one end. Behaves like a single variable resistor for limiting current or trimming a sensor. Make the knob feel right. Use a linear taper when you want even steps per turn. Meters, PLs, ADC set points. Use an audio log taper when you want changes to feel natural to ears and eyes. For tiny adjustments, grab a multi-turn trimmer. Why the knob sometimes lies, loading. Anything you connect to the wiper has its own resistance and becomes part of the divider. Example, a 10 kilo ohm pot set halfway on a 5-volt source should read about 2.5 volts. Add a 10 kilo ohm load from wiper to common, and the output drops to about 2 volts because that load is in parallel with the lower half of the pot. The simple fix, buffer it. A unity gain op-amp, voltage follower, watches the wiper with very high input resistance and drives the load with very low output resistance. The pot sets the target, the buffer does the muscle work. Result: the voltage you dial is the voltage you get. Picking sensible values, quick wins. Most divider pots live happily between 5 kilo ohms and 100 kilo ohms. Lower values waste more current as heat. Higher values get noisier and more sensitive to tiny loads. Tie the wiper to the low end with a small resistor, or directly if allowed, so a worn, dirty wiper falls safely toward 0 instead of floating. Safety and amp. Reliability in one breath. Check the pot's power rating. Many are a 1/4 watt end-to-end. Add a small series resistor so full clockwise can't short the source. Scratchy or jumpy readings usually mean a worn track. Clean or replace. Quick history nugget. Long before digital meters, labs used slide wire potentiometers to create exact voltages without loading the circuit. And a quirky cousin, the carbon microphone, changed resistance with sound pressure, turning spoken words into electrical signals and kick-starting voice communications. Recap. A pot is an adjustable divider. Loads can pull it down. A buffer makes the settings stick. Next episode. Meter loading and input impedance. Why some measurements change the very voltage you're trying to read, and how to avoid it. Thank you to Tony Kuphaldt and the open source community for the model resources that inspire this series.